Hello, 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 everyone. It's Christine Trainor here, talking to you from New Westminster, British Columbia, Canada. I hope you're having a beautiful day on the 29th day of April, the 29th day of the fourth month of the new decade. Wow, I can't wait for me. It's just around the corner. Well, my lovely friends, I hope you're doing well. And as we continue on with my daily thoughts today, and this might Take Action Wednesday, I'm going to talk about something that I'm learning to understand and deal with, and even more now, better in my life, and that's fear. And how we can really overcome our fears in certain different ways in our life, and how I've actually done it, and I'll share you an example too. So let's get started, because this is an interesting topic today on my daily thoughts when I'm sharing about Take Action Wednesday, but it sort of ties in to Take Action, shall we say. So let's get started again. Oops, sorry, had a bit of a cough earlier. I don't know what's going on. More of a sniffle and cough because of my allergies, guys. That's what it is. Okay, I'm not fearful of that. It's just sniffle and coughs. So let's get started. Like I said, the first quote: you cannot keep running away from your fears. At some point in your life, you will have to build up the courage to face and overcome them. This is an awesome quote because it actually is a good one. To me, it's excellent because, forgive me, I might be reading some of my things because I did a lot of jotting down a lot of my daily thoughts today, which is my journaling, right? This one made me think. It did. It made me think. When we get started on a change in our life, or a new path, a new routine, a new vision, sometimes fear will overcome us, right? It will empower us, overpower us, shall we say. And that disables us to pursue our passions. So we run away and lose sight of our vision, right? So we step back. But instead of doing that, find the reason why you're stopping when the fear is overcoming you. This new goal or this vision. I mean, many fears can be like this: the fear of failure, the fear of criticism, the fear of competition with others. Fears set in a variety of ways, right? So when you finally understand these fears, the best thing to do is to face the fear, embrace the barriers to break free from it, right? And so own this discomfort. And with the second quote, I'm going to share as exactly what Oprah Winfrey says: whatever you fear most has no power. It's just your fear that has the power, which is true. Own your discomfort. Own your fear. Feel the energy inside that the fear has created, and take that fear. Okay? Take that energy and conquer your fears. So fear can't hold you back, but if you don't let it, right? So start feeling uncomfortable with the uncomfortable, which is true. Get out of your comfort zone. Though it may be scary, to achieve the goals of success in your vision, see fear as the key to helping you clarify your path forward, right? Want your goal or vision more than fear it, which is absolutely true. So I thought these two quotes were excellent in sharing about fear. Now I'm going to give you an example how fear in my life, takes back when I was really young, was this most powerful thing that seemed to happen. And it was when I first came home with my son, my newborn son, who is older now. But when I was 23, when I had my son Stephen, and my dad came with me and picked me up and brought me home because my sweetie was working. And I held my baby, my little boy, in my arms, and I was scared to death. I kid you not, I was scared to death. I was going, oh, I have this little baby. Oh, and I don't know what it was, but fear disabled me for a minute. And it's good to have somebody around to help you with your fears. And my father held my son in his arms, and my son calmed down and was quiet because my dad is a very calm man. And he shared something with me. He said, don't let this fear disable you. Let this fear energize you to understand your son is in your arms. He needs your help. He is your newborn boy. You need for you to take care of and love and guide and be a part of your life every day. And then I realized he was right. And my fears subsided, and I became more in tune of what I needed to do. My energy of that fear that was inside me focused on my son and how I needed to take care and love my son. And that's what I did for a lot of years of his life. I loved my son. I cared for my son. For the first year, it was scary, but I got through it as a new mom. And that's the most beautiful part of being a mom, right? When you are scared when you first have your child. Everyone goes through it. A lot of moms do. But for me, it was so scary, but I got through it. I was uncomfortable feeling this way, but then as the year went by, in the second year, and the third year, and by the time my son went to school, life became part of me as a mom, and I loved it. And the second time that I got scared to death is when my ex left me, and my son was young. And I realized when he had left, ran up, walked out the door and left, I was like, oh, I'm now a single mom. Oh, I was living in a basement suite of apartment of a house, right? And I was working fairly steady anyways, and I got myself a couple of raises. My boss was pretty cool. And I was able to realize I had that fear that was there. I faced the fear of actually just, would I be able to get through it as a single mom? Will I be able to take care of my son as a single mom when my ex left? And then, so I sat down one day and I wrote down all the things I need to take care of first, which is rent and food and utilities. You know, we need that to take care of ourselves. And then I wrote down the information, and believe it or not, during those years that I was a single mom with my son, I became much better with my income. I budgeted, I took care of my son, he was well fed, he was well taken care of, and he was sheltered well. So I took good care of him. I worked hard at that because I faced that fear of failure of being a good single mom, and I just tackled it head on, and I took care of what I needed to do. And now my son is almost 37. He's a grown young man with a beautiful job, a lovely apartment, not married yet, but still he's living happily on his own. He's a happy young man living his life the way he is. And I'm thankful that I had those two instances of fear, because it taught me an awful lot. And each and every one of us, when we have those fears, my lovely friends, what we need to do is, yes, recognize your fear, why you have these fears, and then work at it to face it head on, to learn from your mistakes of these fears that have occurred, and then just tackle them. Just live your life. You'll be uncomfortable with the fear of what's happening in your life, but you could face it with energy and strength, and you could take that energy that you have from the fear and you can move forward from it, and you could face it and learn and understand. And as time goes by, your fear will lessen. Hey Martin, how you doing? And that's what I love about sharing about fear today, about this. Check out my replay, dude. That's what I love about talking about fear today, because I've encountered it many times. But those first two examples, when I had my son and when I became a single mom, were two good examples of my fear and how I learned to understand it and overcome it. So I just wanted to share that with you today. It was a good topic because Take Action Wednesday is tackling your fear. Take action on your fear, right? So let's carry on to some quotes. You know me, I like my quotes. And this one I actually am happy that I wrote down. Most people are paralyzed by fear. Overcome it and take charge of your life and world, right? Wake up every day stronger than yesterday. Face your fears and wipe your tears. Excellent, right? This one by Rachel Huber. Fear is the brain's way of saying that there is something important for you to overcome. I like that one. Or this one by Martin Luther King Jr. I love that, man. We must build dikes of courage to hold back the flood of fears. Excellent. Or this one by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do the thing we fear and death of it certain. Death of it is certain, which means do the thing we fear the most, and the fear will die with your fear will die. That's true. That's so true. So thank you, Martin, for coming on and saying hello. I thank you. Merci. Have a beautiful, wonderful, safe, happy, beautiful, awesome day, my lovely friends. And we'll talk to you tomorrow on what my daily thoughts will be tomorrow. I'll let you know tomorrow. My love to you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.